The last time I was here, I think I looked at every record in the store. I see the experience of playing with someone that I don't know quite as well as just being an initial chance to build a vocabulary together in what we're doing. And if they have questions about something, I'd be happy to answer it. But I just sort of let it evolve, and usually when I've played with people longer, we talk a lot in terms of what we have already done. I like the live show being a separate thing, and people getting exposed to my music through the live channel has been a very positive experience so far. I just think that, to work with a record label, it's a two-way street, ideally, where they promote your music on the marketing end, and you promote the music by touring and making moves which have a logic of their own in terms of a series of steps which will promote your music. And I don't know. It's not necessary for me to engage in that right now. I was trying to write songs before I knew what else I was going to do with them, so I gave them a simple name that was a 4-letter word and an object that was some sort of symbol that I could draw back to, and the band name evolved out of that. And I was just really into seeing the songs as cups, whatever that means. It means a lot of different things.
So would you say each song is a cup?
I wouldn't say that, but I have said that before, that each song was a cup. It's a changing scale.
I was also going to ask you that the beginning of each song on cups and the beginning of each song and sequel to cups is a theme of either that ringing or the crickets.
Yeah, when we were recording those albums, each time when we referred to, like when we were recording cups, we would call those sounds the cups. Like, we need to bring the cups in here, or we need to have 5 seconds of cup sound. And there's a track called Cups that's just that sound. That's as minimal as it gets. I think it's fair for me to play music that challenges me and challenges the audience, and I think it's fair for the audience to respond to that challenge on the level they are, because I'm not any better than they are in terms of watching other people's music. I don't always understand other people's music, and I have a lot of experiences where I've seen music, and later I attached the meaning to it that is probably more the permanent meaning for me. So if they're momentarily confused, but later it adds up in a new way, then that's great, and I want to sort of give them the time to do that. But that's why I'm always happy if people see me playing in very different shows or different contexts, because then they can start to make a meaning or a narrative out of that without me having to explain this sort of thing to them personally or verbally. The work is happening on a musical level, and so many times talk about music or thoughts about music avoids actual music. So if we can eliminate that middleman and go straight there, then it's great. When I go to a show, I always recognize musicians that I've played with in the crowd. And I don't know if there's a unifying principle in my mind behind who else is in the crowd. I can't say I'm really conscious of it. Some people who would be really cool to play with might not be so receptive to it in the moment, and some would, and it's just time and chance, and what a certain show needs. And I'll always love playing with people that I've had a lot of experience with, because it's so fun. But on the same level, it's really fun to add new people to that mix. I see it as I see it as a band, but it's a band that's happening in the moment, sort of like more like old session jazz players, which is the notion of the rock band is just a very fixed rock concept. Whoa, check it out. Whoa. The last time I was at a record store, I bought a Mighty Sparrow. I saw a Mighty Sparrow album, and I was gonna keep it, but I set it free and gave it to one of my friends. So here's the Mighty Sparrow flying back into my hand. This is definitely going in the definitely pile. I got my time. Yeah. Hey, Cameron.
Again, I don't know. Do we really know what he goes for?
It seems to me.
I think
more,
know.
I think more than anything, he just